Hello, everyone. Nice to see you here. Welcome to our 22nd community call. I'm today here with Natalie. For those of you who are new to our events, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Peter. I'm the technical team manager with Equilibrium, and I'll pass words to Natalie so she can introduce herself. Please go ahead, Natalie.
Hi guys, I'm Natalie from Equilibrium's business development team. So basically, my main responsibilities would be forming partnerships, XM integration, liquidity provision. Basically partnerships for Equilibrium. Nice to meet everyone here.
All right, awesome. So it's been a very hectic months for us so far, and we have achieved one of our major milestones. We've launched the Equilibrium beta. We'll be covering some of the details today during our presentation. Also, looking forward to your feedback. We'll be answering your questions. We'll be talking about our further plans. So without further ado, let me share my screen with the presentation. Wait. For some reason, I can't do that. Please tell me if you can see my screen. Natalie, can you see it?
No, I can't see it.
That's weird. My screen sharing tool doesn't work for some reason. Maybe you can share the presentation. It says timeout.
Yeah, I'm trying as well. Just a second, please.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
This one.
Let me.
Trying as well. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, can you make it full screen, please?
That's a good.
Yeah, the green button right there.
Which one?
The window button, top left.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry for this inconvenience, guys. So let's go ahead right with the next slide, and I will be introducing our agenda for today. So as you or most of you probably know, we have launched our closed beta, and we're happy to actually do that because it's been a very, very long journey for us, both back-end wise, both front-end wise, both business development wise, and ecosystem wise. And I think we've done a great job here. So we will be covering some details about that. Then, of course, our Discord reminder. As you remember, we made all of our Telegram groups read-only mode, and we're migrating to Discord. So if you haven't done that yet, I encourage you to actually go ahead and join our Discord server. We will be providing some links and the QR code here in the presentation later. Also, we plan to prolong our slot for Genshiro in Kusama. We will talk about some specifics and details here as well. Last but definitely not least, we will be covering our Talking 2049 representation of Equilibrium in Singapore. And Natalie is actually right now being there. So it's been a very, I guess, saturated event, a lot of partnerships, a lot of teams, a lot of stuff going on in blockchain space. And hopefully Natalie will share some insights with us today. And of course, as usual, I'll be sharing some dev updates with you, a lot of work. So let's proceed. Natalie, can you please go to the next slide? So the closed beta, we have seen a huge interest for this event. Initially, we planned to allow only for 500 selected users, but we have seen a lot of registrations, and you can see that at the end, we almost had like a tenfold increase in all of the willing participants. These are all unique users with unique Polkadot addresses. And we also have this contest going on right now where not only individuals users compete between themselves, but also ecosystem teams compete between themselves to win a slot and additional rewards for this beta launch. And actually there are 22 or I think even 23 teams we have registered so far. So yeah, we have did a lot of community work, and a lot of attention is being brought to our launch from within the Polkadot and from the outside. And with the launch, we support a lot of tokens. Most of them are native, and those are top parachain tokens like Astar, Akala, Moonbeam, Parallel, Interlay, etc. We also support native USDT, which, as some of you may know, already launched live on State Mint in Polkadot, and it was already live in State Mine in Kusama. We also support some external tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance token, and some external stable coins like USDT and USDC as well. Of course, please understand this is only beta mode, so all of these tokens are not real assets. It's just to show off or to showcase our platform and its possibilities. But when we go launch, we're planning a series of bootstrap events where we will be actually, engaging or including or supporting these assets one by one, depending on whom we will engage first. So it's like a whole different story for now. The functionality you currently have in the beta mode is pretty straightforward. You have a money market where you can lend out assets and earn interest. You can act as a borrower on a money market. And your borrower account at the same time acts as a margin account for the DEX, which I would say the central theme of the beta launch in terms of competition and rewards, because to maximize your rewards, you would actually go to DEX and try to trade something with leverage, either short some crypto or long some crypto and earn rewards, try to maximize your portfolio value and be at the top of our leaderboard. Yeah, so right at the bottom of the slide, you see a starting portfolio, and we aimed it to be 25K for everyone. So these were some initial numbers, but unfortunately, while we were preparing, the crypto market slid further down a bit. So we had to increase an allocation in one of the stable coins. So I don't remember for sure, but it's either USDC or USDT. Instead of 5,000, everyone got 6,500 of those. But anyways, everyone was in the beginning the same condition. So no winners or losers. Everyone got the same portfolio, and everyone is competing for actually trying to maximize that portfolio. The beta will go live for 2 weeks. So it started yesterday. We already have some interesting statistics we'll be sharing with you in a separate article. And of course, there is something like common stuff everybody is aware of, that, for example, Bitcoin is a king on a decentralized exchange, but there are also some insights like some interesting tokens which attract more attention than others, and we'll cover those details in a separate blog post of ours. So overall, a huge success in the launch, a huge oversubscription, and the best part, the parachain holds on. It's able to process a lot of transactions per block. We don't see any performance degradation, and closely monitoring the situation, looking for your feedback, and looking to make the platform even greater. Now let me pass the word to Natalie, and she will talk about the actual reward mechanics to refresh it. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks, Peter. Yes, like what Peter has mentioned, I think it's a huge success. We managed to not just like tech performance wise, but also like community engagement wise, we are able to reach out to many communities, like not just within the Sama ecosystem, but also from crypto communities from outside of the Sama ecosystem, which I think is like a huge success for us. So about closed beta rewards, because of that, we really want to reward our community who actually participate in this closed beta. So we have allocated more than 40K worth of EQ tokens, and we have managed to attracted like about 5,000 users accepted for the closed beta. So like how it works, first of all, like what Peter has mentioned, when it first gets started, every participant will receive like about 25K worth of virtual portfolio consists of the assets that we have just mentioned. And then during the 2 weeks, like every participant will try their best, like explore all the functionalities possible on the Equilibrium platform. They can choose to like pose it as collateral, borrow assets, go long, go short, margin trade on the DEX, or lend assets and so on, or even become an insurer to insure the system to earn a higher APY. So during the process, I think like not just a participant will not just be able to like try self-educate themselves like the DeFi use cases, but also have some fun during the process, which is our objective actually. So by the end of 2 weeks, we'll look at like who are the top participants with like most portfolio values, and they will earn like attractive rewards. So like to further iterate, like repeat again, like how this reward mechanism work. We have 2 qualifications. One is individual qualification and one is the team qualification. So like individual qualification is where we don't care like which team you are from. Everybody just stand like an equal chance, where we sort participants by top 50. So basically users with like top 50 portfolio values get to earn EQ reward, where like the top of the top, like this guy is like the winner, like he beats everybody in this game, and he will get rewarded 650K of EQ token, followed by top 2 place, which is 400K of EQ token, and top 3 is 150K of EQ token, which is like super attractive, I would say. And from top 4 to top 50, everyone will get 5,000 EQ token each. So that is individual qualification, like among everybody, regardless of which team you are from. And we also have the team qualification. But before that, like this is how we reward community participation. Like within each community, we also have individual qualification, meaning like top 10 users from each community will be able to earn certain EQ reward. Like for example, of course, the special reward will go to Equilibrium Genshiro community, where we actually allocate like double reward for this, where like top users will be getting like 140K EQ, top 2 80K EQ, and top 3 40K EQ, and top 4 to top 10 actually get 10K EQ each, while for the top 10 individuals from other community, they will be getting like 70K EQ, top 1, top 2 is 40K, and top 3 20K, and the rest like top 4 to top 10 will be 10K. And of course, I also want to mention like something, because like to be qualified as a team, we require like a 30 participants like as a threshold to be qualified as team. However, some teams, they fell slightly short of the threshold, like it's like 20 plus, like slightly below 30, but we really want their community like to be involved in this as well. So we had like internal discussion, like how do we go about it, and we decided to like allocate extra reward for these teams, so they will be stand like equal chance to compete for the champion team, which is 1.3 million EQ token. However, the team allocation reward will be like 50%, where the top 1 will be getting 35K, top 2 20K, top 3 10K, and the rest will be 5K each. Yeah, this is our approach to it. So like during the closed beta, like there are several ways you can maximize your portfolio. Like these are the some of the use cases. We rank them by sort of like a risk, high risk, high return, or low risk, low return kind of ranking. Like the first and foremost, like the safest option is to just lend and earn interest, because just to repeat again, like how Equilibrium works, like our core functionality, we have a lending pool and an insurance pool. So what happens to this lending pool is that, say for example, like when we talk about the usual money market, when one lend assets, usually the lender will bear the liquidation risk, because like when I lend out assets, let's say the borrower on the other hand gets defaulted and his collateral gets liquidated, and I will be getting like his collateral, or I will have to wait for the collateral to be auctioned off and I get payback and things like that. So how we work is slightly different, where we have this insurance pool, where, so let's say a borrower gets defaulted and his collateral gets liquidated. His collateral and that will get distributed in the insurance pool. So insurer, let's say I'm an insurer, and my share in this insurance pool is 0.1%. So when this borrower gets defaulted, I'll get 0.1% of his collateral and debt, and I'll have to manage it. And I probably just sell away the collateral on the debts and pay back the debt, and I earn the liquidation buffer, and that's all. So in this case, lender, they do not have this liquidation risk because it is like being stripped off to the insurance pool. So lender is like the safest option where I just lend my assets and that's it. Of course, because of that, like lower risk, lower return kind of thing. So the APR would be, of course, the lowest because it's the safest option. And the medium kind of like risk reward kind of appetite would be insure the system. Like I mentioned earlier, like we have the insurance pool. If I choose to become an insurer, I actually pre-pledge liquidity to secure loans in the system. So how it works is that, so let's say borrower default and I get the collateral and also the debt, I just manage it effectively. I realize, hey, I received collateral and I received debt. I immediately go to the DEX and sell away the collateral, pay back the debt. I immediately crystallize the 5% liquidation buffer because the liquidation threshold or the trigger point is 105%. So that would require me to be more like actively managing or monitoring my portfolio. And because of this, I'm rewarded a higher APR. And also like 70% of the borrowing income or interest income actually goes to insurer, whereas 30% actually goes to the lender. So this is like a kind of like I would say medium risk, medium reward, because actually, to be honest, if like I'm like actively monitoring my portfolio, I'm good, right? Like I hope that there are a lot of liquidation because I immediately get to crystallize the 5% gain. So yeah, that is the second use case that everyone can explore. So the third category would be the highest risk and highest reward kind of use case where we can just like margin trade, like we leverage to the max, which is like up to 120%, which is 5x leverage. Like because of this, if I'm right, like on the direction, then I'll just like 5x return. So basically I can, pledge like collateral, I mean equity and just long assets, or I just leverage long, short assets. But of course, because like it is like so amplified, like 5x, like to the max. So like market movement will be amplified by 5 times. Like if I'm right, then I'm awesome, I'm a superstar. But if I'm wrong, then my collateral like gets liquidated like super fast. So so the upside, technically speaking, it can be unlimited, depends on our skills. But yeah, so it's higher risk, higher reward kind of thing. So good luck, everyone. So lastly, if everyone, like if you have not done so, I believe like everyone who are qualified to participate in the closed beta will be receiving a welcoming email. So you will need to, there are certain steps that you need to complete, like for example, fill up a questionnaire and join our Discord channel and also join a team. Like this is why, it's because if you belong to a certain team, there is like a closed group chat, like only belong to your team, where you can actually discuss strategies with your team member, because like the champion team, like the team with the highest top 10 portfolio value, gets to win the 1.3 million EQ, right? So it is a good idea to probably discuss strategies among all the team members. So yeah, please fill out the questionnaire if you have not done so, and join our Discord, and also join the because we need you to join the Discord channel for us to add you to your team chat. So connect your wallet and just receive your tokens and get started. A Discord reminder. Yes. Like what Peter has mentioned earlier, before we start the presentation, is that we have actually changed our Telegram groups to read-only mode, because we think that Discord is a place that we can better interact with our community, because like its functions, like it has like a segregated channel, like spam report, tag report, chats, and certain things. Like we have a Genshiro and EQ community like in one interface. So we think this is a better way for us to keep our community updated and keep us like engaged with our community like more actively. So we'll be sharing our news and updates there like firsthand. So if you haven't done so, please scan the QR code and join our Discord. Back to you, Peter.
All right. Thank you very much, Natalie. Yeah, definitely, guys. Go ahead and join Discord. A lot of discussions going on there. I'm active there as well. And even in relation to Genshiro, we had published a public roadmap, and we have achieved almost everything we committed to there, like removing sudo, making some of the palettes public, which is a work in progress. We've for past several weeks have been concentrated more on Equilibrium, but we still keep in mind Genshiro. And today we would like to pre-announce maybe the next crowd loan for Genshiro users and for Kusama audience in general. So pretty much we want to prolong our slot in Kusama for Genshiro. And we're looking for 2,000 KSM cap. These numbers are somewhat approximate. We still have to decide internally either to raise them or modify them somewhat. But seems reasonable because most of the projects right now, if you look at the auction process, they win slots by direct bidding, either bidding like 1,000 Kusamas or something very, very similar amount to that one. So we're willing to allocate around 10 million Genshiro tokens, and the allocation will be pro rata. That means if you bring 1,000 Kusamas and we win that, everyone will get still the 10 million gens pro rata their actual allocation. This auction batch started September 19th, but we couldn't make it right at the start of the batch, because we were very busy with Equilibrium, as I already said. But we plan to launch our crowd loan either next week or maybe the week after that. Anyways, this is just a heads up. Please stay tuned. We will announce all of the crowd loan related activities in our social media channels and Genshiro related channels. So yeah, that's it. Small reminder for Genshiro, so stay tuned. And now let me pass it back to Natalie, where she will share some exciting details about the ongoing Token 2049 event.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Yeah, I'm super excited to share with you guys that Alex and myself, we are currently in Singapore since a couple of days ago to attend the Token 2049 event in Singapore, which is like one of the largest crypto events in Asia. I believe it attracted like more than 7,000 participants from all over the world, which is like super, super exciting. Like we met super like many interesting people and projects. Yeah, so just to share, like on the 25th, there was a ecosystem gathering event that we attended, which is organized by Parity and Tribe, where we meet with like parachain projects and partners and infrastructure partners on the gathering. So we exchange ideas and explore a lot of like a partnership collaboration. So yeah, we actually managed to get a lot of ideas there. So yeah, it was so super awesome. And on the 26th as well, there was a side event organized by Polkadot. Like it is funded by Polkadot Treasury actually. So this is a Polkadot Asia launch party side event on 26th, where like the event was like super packed. Like, I would say like super successful. Like we managed to like see a lot of parachain projects there, and also a lot of projects like potentially interested building on Polkadot and investors, funds, VCs and stuff. So yeah, like super exciting. We managed to talk to a lot of people, make contacts, build connection, and explore partnership collaboration opportunities. Like we are still trying to like put down the list of guys that we have, projects that we have met, and explore like what are the next steps, like how could we better collaborate with them. So super awesome. So yeah, the main highlight is this Token 2049 main event on the 28th, where we have a booth, like Equilibrium. We have a booth on the Polkadot Pavilion side. Like it's like on your left hand side. You can see like we prepared like a thermal flask, swags and stuff to give out to like people who are interested in us. So like we met a lot of people who came to talk to us. Like how could we collaborate? Like there are like DeFi projects. There are like many different kind of projects exploring collaboration potential. So it was super exciting. We managed to talk to a lot of people. So super awesome. Yeah, that is.
Hey, Natalie, I have a small question. Before we proceed, What's your impression on the overall take on Polkadot? Was it warmly supported by the general event? How was the interest towards the Polkadot ecosystem from all of the visitors, users, other like layer one solutions, etc.? Yeah. So
I think I can divide it into like two categories of people. Like one of the first category of people, they are not they are more like a community. Like they are like, oh, I really like Polkadot, I really like what you guys are doing. So but then they are not projects, so they are like I would say crypto enthusiasts. Like I really like Polkadot and stuff, so they are supporters. So we really like, so they come and check out like to see what projects, like where are they and stuff like that. And there are the second type of people, like our projects that they are already deployed on other chain like Polygon and BSC or Ethereum. So they are looking for opportunity to deploy on other ecosystem. So they come over and try to explore like is it worth it to build on Polkadot, and just to check out like what's the current status of Polkadot. Like for example, they're asking us why do you choose to build on Polkadot, for example, because they themselves, they are trying to like explore like which other ecosystem to deploy, right? So they are trying to ask like, but I think the general one is that people may not know much like understand much like what Polkadot is about. Like what's the like the question that I get is like, what's the difference between Polkadot and Cosmos, for example? Like so after I told them like, oh, it's like shared security and stuff, and then they said, oh, awesome, that sort of thing. So I think like my take is that we need to step up in terms of like reaching out to people. Like for one, telling people like, hey, we already have like 50 over parachains in the Kusama ecosystem like within less than 1 year of launching. And secondly, like how are we different? Like why are we different from other ecosystem? What else can be done on Polkadot? I think this is my take generally.
Cool. Thank you, Natalie. That is really interesting. Yeah, I believe we are all in the same boat, and all of the projects and people and communities and influencers, they need to make Polkadot even greater. Yeah. All right. That was awesome. Yeah, photos looks fun. Looks like you had a lot of fun there. Thank you. All right. Yeah, let's proceed to our last slide before we actually take on your questions, guys. And I'll be talking about our development updates as usual. Yeah, so of course, beta. We have been talking all over about it, and our front-end team, they just made a huge leap. A huge amount of work has been performed to make this happen. And as some of you can experience our interfaces, probably, we are very proud of those. We think we have one of the best UIs in the ecosystem, and hope to see your feedback. Really interested in that, so please go ahead. We have like a special feedback form on the website. You can always write us in person in Telegram or reach to us in Discord. Your feedback is very welcome, because ultimately we build our products for you. So we released the beta. We have completed our API migration. We prepared some API endpoints for beta competition, like leaderboards, also some DEX statistics for you to show in a series of articles, like which trading pairs perform the best, who is earning the most interest, who is paying the most interest, etc. So stay tuned, read our blog. We will be posting some interesting charts and tables there pretty soon. We have completed the margining with orders, and it's on our testnet, has been tested, and we played around with it. Currently in the beta mode, this new functionality is not supported, so we're not very effective in terms of margin requirements when users place passive orders on the DEX. But we have managed to fix that, and once we go live, you will be actually trading in this semi margin mode, I would say. If you have cash on your account, you can always sell that cash without using any margin. And if you have some EQD liquidity, you can buy other stuff without tapping into your margin at all. So that's a cool functionality. Really looking forward to releasing of that. Going forward, another cool stuff our backend team has been involved with is the bailsman distribution rework. And so pretty much, as Natalie touched a bit on this earlier, bailsmen, they get liquidated collateral and debt, and they need to get it as fast as possible because, there is always a risk of price change and bailsmen going negative in their liabilities. So previously, we have tried to fit it all in one block, but imagine having like 10,000 bailsmen in the system, and you need to distribute 10 tokens to each. It's like trying to fit 100K transfers into one block, which is pretty much impossible in Parachain. So a lot of optimization has been done. We've introduced some distribution queues, distribution priorities per bailsman initialization of his account, and that means once you commit to some sort of action on a blockchain, you get your rewards immediately. And this huge amount of work actually allowed us to speed up the process by a margin, a pretty big margin. And right now, after our tests, we can safely say that we're able to support 10,000 bailsmen within our system. This is a really huge number, and I hope we will achieve it someday. Having 10,000 bailsmen in the system is like being pretty much a DeFi unicorn. Yeah. Okay. Also, we've been working and continued our work on the EQ bridge monitoring and automation. And our EQ bridge is safely running in Genshiro. We will be updating it once again, probably next week or within 2 weeks, and we will announce it separately. We will need to shut it down for some time, so we won't be able to make cross-chain transfers. But once we update all of the smart contracts and the logic, it will be back up and running. And as a quick reminder, in Genshiro, we currently support Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Hiko Chain, and Polygon chains as connected blockchains to Kusama in general and Genshiro in particular. For Equilibrium, of course, we're looking for a safer solution, and I believe Natalie has been talking about that as well. We've also prepared for you some interesting piece about the state of the bridging solutions within the ecosystem. We're currently finalizing the article, so please read our blog. It's a really interesting piece, a lot of activity going on around bridges, but it's all fragmented. So all the parachains pursue maybe their own goals. Then Parity, they pursue a goal of getting like a fully decentralized bridge. Then they're working solutions through EVM chains like Moonbeam and Astar. So yeah, lots and lots of interesting stuff going on. So we will be highlighting some of that interesting stuff for you. Yeah, and for that bridging solution, we've actually built our own prototype on Moonbeam testnet called Moonbase Alpha, and we were able to bridge Ethereum from Ethereum blockchain directly to Equilibrium parachain in one transaction, meaning all of the backend actions like XCM wrapping an asset bridged to Moonbeams and XCM transferring it to Equilibrium. And we have proved the prototype to work, and currently talking with bridges who are going to employ that prototype. Our primary goal is to engage with multi-chain, but we know that Axelar Bridge is has already built something similar. So yeah, it's more of a business decision right now here than a technical decision, actually. Another interesting aspect of what we've been busy with is some R&D on zero knowledge proofs, and this involves some heavy math and heavy cryptography. I won't even dwell into details here, but the primary objective we're aiming here at is actually we're preparing to see how we can build a layer 2 scaling solution for our decentralized exchange, and pretty much have a setup similar to what some of you have probably experienced with DYDX exchange in Ethereum, where they work with Starkware, and a Starkware provides an off-chain order book for them and a really fast matching, and then periodically checks with Ethereum blockchain on the validity of the state of this order book and the matching engine. And all of the actual physical settlement of your assets happens within the blockchain. So one of our engineers, he is working, researching on zero-knowledge proofs, how we can actually integrate those into the substrate, make them substrate native. And this is a lot of work, so don't expect any solution to be soon. I'm just mentioning it here because I find it really cool. Keeping on the edge of the technology is always exciting for us, and we're trying to do that all the time. Also, another interesting aspect is that I'm personally involved in an R&D on perpetuals, and within our system and our representation of user balances, we can treat perpetuals as a loan swap. So, for example, a person who is going short Bitcoin, he borrows this Bitcoin to go short, and the person who is going long Bitcoin, he borrows some stable coins to buy that Bitcoin. And we can then, with this periodic settlement, assess the relative change of the values of these debts, and to calculate how much longs should pay shorts, and have this feedback loop mechanism, which actually ties the price of the perpetual to the underlying index. A lot of questions here that needs to be answered. So it's a pretty intensive R&D work as well. Like, do we introduce separate borrower sub-accounts, or do we have like a unified cross-margin account where you can trade perpetuals and spot market? What indices we introduce? How do we track those indices? How fast do we do the settlement? And what are the implications of that? Do we use EQ tokens or do we use EQD tokens? So lots of questions. Our heads are very busy, and we're going to be continuing our discussions on those our next sprint and upcoming sprints. And hopefully sooner than later, we will start working on the actual solution with our exceptional dev team. Yeah. Also, governance and democracy. Finally, yeah, we have been working on that in Genshiro, and we have already contacted with the Polk assembly team. So currently in the process of setting up the test governance setup for Genshiro on a test net. And once we play and finalize all the parameters, it will go to the main net. And pretty much Genshiro will be given out to all of the users, all of the Genshiro token holders, as a protocol to handle and to manage it in a decentralized fashion with the help of the Polkadot's governance system. All right, so yeah, pretty much that's it for the dev part and our tech updates and the stuff we've been busy with. So I think that's it. Natalie, do we have any more slides? Nope.
Nope.
All right. So let's proceed then to the questionnaire section and try to answer all of the questions. Okay, the top one, I see there is a person asking to actually repeat everything we just said, but in Russian. Okay, guys, I won't be doing that because we have an international auditory here, but we will definitely put out the bullet points for our Russian-based community. So please stay tuned, either in Telegram or in Discord, and we will share some of the highlights from our today's community call. If you have any questions, you can always contact me directly. I'm pretty responsive, and we'll gladly answer all of them. So what's your plan, sir? I'm not sure. What does it mean, Natalie? Do you have any idea? My plant. I have a lot of plants at home, and we have a lot of plants in our office.
I think he meant plan like without the T. But anyway, I think we have covered like quite extensively in the slides already, like especially on the dev side, right?
Yeah, definitely. And there's still some other questions we haven't covered, and I've mentioned them, like further plans about Genshiro and further plans about Equilibrium going live. But we're in a constant work, so yeah, we will share them after the beta. And currently, we are very concentrated on actually finalizing pretty much the setup we have. Of course, there's still stuff like audits, which is planned for Q1 2023, another one, and etc. etc. So please stay tuned. We always are maximum open in our social media channels and always covering all of those questions. What is the number of participants right now? I believe it is around 5,000 unique addresses. To be exact, 4,800 something. So that's how many addresses we've registered explicitly for the beta, and that's how many accounts are participating in our competition. Can you make an alert when you want to stake all EQ somewhere? Yes, so the problem of existential deposit for the live and production environment, we already have that covered, and it will work similarly to how it works right now in Genshiro. So your first deposit actually exchanges some of your funds to native tokens, so you are able to pay for transactions. And yeah, we have seen this request in particular, is that when users, they transfer out all of their tokens from their master account, they're not able to pay for transaction fees. And we will definitely make some, easier interface limitations, so you can't transfer more than some minimum amount left on your master account, or probably just give you an alert or a notification. That's a good point, Nellen. Thank you very much. Who follows 5,000 users? Did it get a gift also? No, and I believe Natalie covered the rewards mechanics here pretty extensively. We've also put out several articles in our Medium blog. I suggest you go ahead and read it there. And I will ask my team to convey this to our Chinese community as well. I think there might be some misunderstanding from people coming over from Asia and China in particular. So colleagues, if you hear me, Amber and Daisy, please make sure that our Chinese community understands the words and how they work. I think it's not fair when only top 50 could get the EQ token. Well, unfortunately, we're limited in the amount of money we can distribute, and these reward mechanics, they have been thoroughly sought out in our numerous internal discussions, including Natalie, me, Alex, and some other team members. And pretty much what you see right now is final work of our collective thought, I would say. Yeah. Natalie, do you have something to add here, by the way?
I think fairness is a pretty subjective topic here. I can also argue that we should actually reward those who actually work harder to actually cracking their head, discussing strategies, like trying to maximize their portfolio value. So in that sense, I would say it's super fair. Yeah, so it's a subjective topic.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that, Natalie. So yeah, we decided that 50 is normal. It's subjective. Okay. The beta won't be accessed on mobile. It's only accessed via a desktop or a PC. But a good point. We do have plans, and we already worked somewhat on our mobile interfaces. For example, all of our landing pages and Equilibrium website, they by default have a mobile layout, so you can access it via your iPhones or Androids. And definitely the matter of getting the application running in the mobile device is actually the matter of integrating with some of the wallets in the ecosystem. We, as you can see from our desktop, we are already integrated with Encrypt, Talisman, MetaMask, Polkadot.js, and Subwallet. And we have definitely plans to integrate with some of the mobile wallets out there as well, like Nova Wallet. Who else, Natalie? Sorry, I don't remember the names right now, but the point is we're well aware of this task and the user needs, so we're working on that. Can we get a recording of this community call? Definitely, all of our community calls are getting recorded, and you will get either a link to the YouTube video or our support team will share the links directly in our Discord server. Do I need to text admin so they add me to a group if I didn't mention any promo when registered for CB? Yeah, definitely you can do that. But I think we're not very strict on that. And I believe a couple of users already came up to us with the same issue, the wrong community code. So definitely, yeah, go ahead and reach out our admins and we will add you to the community of your choice if you don't have any community code. All right. Looks like we've answered most of the questions. Once again, guys, thank you for this high demand, high interest in our platform. Really happy to see how stuff is rolling out. A lot of trading activities there, a lot of minting and burning of stable coins. Really looks cool. Like the platform, it lives its own life and it's actually working. I'm really, really proud of that. Really awesome. Natalie, any last words before we finish up?
Yeah, it's the same, like super excited because we have prepared for this for like so long, and finally it's like launching. So really grateful for the involvement like from various communities. Like, yeah, super thankful for that. And everybody just have fun and self-educate and just earn some rewards.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys. It was nice to having you here all today. I wish you all the best and have a nice day and see you in a month in the same format. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.